Hello everyone, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today is another installment, the second of my Crafty Christmas in July 2023 collaboration. I'm one of the collaborators. Yay, yay. I've never done this before. It's sort of fun. And we have two hosts that are running the show, and that's Terry Lee at Sweet Pea Papers and also Lisa Fisher at Lisa's Paper Lace and Bling. And there's all kinds of information down in the description box below. So you might want to go down there and check everything out. Things I'm not going to be able to remember to tell you. But welcome everybody. I'm so happy you come to visit. We're doing the sneaky peek right now of the day. And I played with the idea of doing sneaky peeks that were, we already saw this one, sneaky peeks that were Christmas related. Well, I thought, well, I'm going to finish out this book first. And if I still have some left, I'll go over to that one. Okay, this little guy, I'm trying to remember who I remember seeing do this one. I wasn't writing things down back then. And the thing was, I had mentioned the other day about putting a link to the kit for what was in my rose journal, and she's not on there anymore. The journal boat on Etsy, she's not on there anymore. I don't know what's going on. So that was a surprise. But anyhow, this is like a 12 by 12, and what you do is you just open it up, and you're supposed to be able to write in here. This is a beautiful piece of Stamperia. I can't remember which kit. And then this is one of the, I think one of the Journal Boats digitals that I used it from. But it had the teals and the pinks, and it's just beautiful. So this is what I did with it. So all you got to do is wrap it back up. And this was in one of the digitals, so I used these little pieces of script to be my stoppers to hold the pieces down. So that's what was on that side, and that's what is on this side. And this is the other side of that paper bag, way, way back here. I don't remember exactly where it was, but it was, yeah, I can't find it. It was in here somewhere, but that is what I'm using to hold that in. Am I even in the right here? I think this is it. That's it. It's this paper bag here. So it was sticking through just a little bit, about an inch. And that's what I did. I connected it because I wanted to be able to open this up, plus be able to see the back and all the beautiful wallpapery looking looks to it. Now this is a piece of, oh gosh, what was this? Mulberry paper? I think that's what they call that, mulberry paper. And it's very thin. It's very flimsy. So you can't do much with it, but I did make a pocket out of it. And I put a few little trims there, a pretty ribbon type of trim and a lace, and then this little satiny guy here. So this is another one of those cards from a kid from the journal boat. I'm telling you, I need to get better on what I have. But let's see. All right, so that's all we're going to see today on the sneaky peek. And we're moving over to our project. And I have an idea of how these things need to go together. And I'm afraid I'm going to have to do them one at a time to put them into my book. But I went ahead and I figured out what I wanted on each one of my envelopes, because this is what I'm using. I'm using these peel and stick greeting card size envelopes. I guess the greeting card would be like a 5 by 7, 5 by 8. I'm not sure. That's a big envelope. But anyhow, it works for what I need it to. So this is what it'll look like. And my idea is to do sort of like a Midori-style. And it's going to wrap around a string and go into the spine of my book. And the thing is, I think I'm going to have to put it in the spine before I decorate the back side, because I'm going to put it around the string. I'm going to strengthen this part right here with washi tape. Then I'm going to seal it shut, cut this end open for my pocket, because my idea is this is an advent calendar. And I looked it up, and the advent for this year starts Sunday, December 3rd, and it goes to Sunday, December 24th. And I found out all kinds of nice little information that I needed about the advent. Let me push this out of the way and get my envelope out here. But it's a very interesting concept. And so what I need to do here is put my cover down. Where's my, okay. Yeah, I want to have that on this left side because this is my front page. And advent calendars, I saw my first one on that Chevy Chase movie. Christmas Vacation, I guess it was. Well, I fell in love with that one. It had all the little doors on it, you know. And each day they would open a door and there was some kind of fascinating thing that was under it. From what my reading, oh goodness, I got a lot of, I don't like these gooey glue sticks. I got a new one. I might have to go over to it. But I'm going to just put me some glue on the outside edge and just seal this thing down. It's going to warp it a little bit. Might go to fabric tack. I haven't tried that on here, but it might work. All right, let's see. Go to this corner because my outside edge is going to get trimmed off, so I may not need to worry about that. Okay, and whoops, let me get this, my smoother. It smooths everything out. Yeah, that glue stick is kind of warping it. I'm gonna give up on that. All right, so I got my pretty holly. I don't seem to have to do any trimming, none that I can really see. So then we have a piece of scrapbook paper that I found. And the kit I'm using here, I've got pieces and parts all through here. Sometimes I have something a little different, and sometimes I have all Kyung's kit. But what it is, it's a vintage Christmas day. And it's Kyung Shotwell, and she's Wonders by Wink on Etsy. So go over there and check out her beautiful kits. I just love them. And I may be able to be on her design team. She's talking about letting me be on her design team, so I'm excited about that. Because I love her kits. I do all kinds of stuff with them. I've had several of them before. I've done a phone kit and a vintage Paris, which I'm dying to do it again. That was gorgeous. It's like a sepia vintagey tone, vintage, what is that? Like a, I can't remember, vintage photo kind of a tone on most of the papers, and I love it. Okay, that's all we're going to do there. And I'm just kind of going through, and I'm going to decorate all of these fronts and all of these backs. And then I'm going to cut the mouth open that sticks out of this end, the right end. And I'm going to fill it with a journal card. And the idea is that you've got 4 themes that go with Advent. And they are hope, peace, joy, and love. And my idea is to make 4 different sections, but they're going to run together. But I divided her kit up into what I thought would go under each one of those. And some traditions, they light a candle, a different candle on a wreath each Sunday of Advent. And mostly when you see an advent calendar, it's these little numbered things, the little numbered doors, and you open them and that kind of thing. Um, and you open them up each day of Advent to reveal a picture appropriate to the season. So I thought instead of opening a door, you're going to open a pocket. which goes with my theme here. I'm trying to figure out how best to utilize my little guy here. I still want to see the Carol of the Holly. This is the wrapping from Lisa's Paper Lace and Bling, and these little buttons are from her as well. And she's running a sale. It's going to be from the 1st to the 31st, and if you buy $15 of her items on her lace on Etsy, her Etsy shop, which is linked down below, you will get a yard of lace free, and that's a good deal. She's got some beautiful laces you'll see as I'm going through this. Yeah, I think that's going to go right there. So I need to do some of my fabric tack, and I'm going to kind of just smear it, let it run down there. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm filming this the day before the 4th. I'm sure I'm going to hear popping and snapping all over the place tonight, because I've been hearing it, but it's not been consistent, you know. Now, they've got this big shindig going on in the park. Of course, I'm in, I think this is, I'm trying to figure out the front. I live in Stanton, or right beside Stanton, Virginia. It's my hometown. And we have the Statler brothers. And what it is they retired a long time back. But they used to get all these big stars and stuff and bring them here to the park. And they'd have the big shindig in the park. And we would have like a little fair or something that would have all these games and booze and stuff like that. And then you can walk around the park and see the ducks and just be seen. They had the parade. Now, isn't this a gorgeous button? That's like an old ivory button. It's very old. And I'm just going to smear a little bit of this on here and kind of stick it over here to the side, just to give me something different. It's kind of squeezing up out of there too. All right. And just to give me a few colors to go on this page, I'm trying to pull out the green from the holly, and I have a light green here as well, because some of it fades off, and my poor fabric tack is always doing the volcano act. It never fails. All right. Well, that piece is done. So let's experiment. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to have to do this. So you'll get to see, instead of me just trying to flap my gums and explain it, like I see a lot of people do, I'm going to show you. All right. Where's my book? All right. Had things all over it. Sorry. All right, so this is the idea. Where's my string? Okay, here's my pour string. So the idea here, and I'm going to just cut one off just to show. And we're going to play. We're going to see if this is going to work. All right. Hang on. Okay, as I said, this is going to be a Midori-style. So that's what the string is for. This is just a regular old crochet cotton kind of a string, and it's to go on there like this. And when I get done doing it, I'm going to just wrap it. So what I need to do is be able to go in here under this flap, and then I'm going to secure this to this. And I'll tell you what, I want to go ahead and do that. I think I can go ahead and do this and do both sides of my paper. Let's try it. Okay, so what I've done is I have glued me a piece of just material in here to cover that, because I can't go back in later. And I've rigged a piece of washi tape back here, and put my string around it a couple times, and now I'm starting to wind it, making sure I'm in the center of the spine itself, and I'm just going to be going around. Now each section that I have is got 3 pieces each, so that's what I'm going to have to do, and I got to make sure I can tighten them up just a little bit as I go, and I'm going to just keep winding around here and getting them on my piece of paper or my spine area. Okay, as you can see, I've got all my strings on here. There's a dozen of them. That's all I needed because there's 3 envelopes in each one of my groups, and there's a scene on each side. So I'll have 12 pockets all together, and I have to still cover my book here, but that's okay. That can come later. That may be my next to last video where I decorate this, because I'm still trying to figure out what I want to put in it. Okay, so as you can see, I put it down with a piece of washi, put it around, kept stringing it around, and then I finished with a piece of washi. So we're good. That's the way it's going to work. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to just leave this right side up so I know that's the right side. I need to put this in here, but before we do, let me lay this sideways. I have to strengthen this piece right here with some washi. And you can just pick any old yucky washi that you've got. We're going to strengthen our seam here. Since that's such a tiny little cord, it is strong, but it's going to cut it, and it's probably going to rip it if you flip through or try to pull your your item out of the pocket, that kind of situation. So we're going to give it a little bit of oomph here. All right, I'm just going to rip it. This is just some old washi I got at Walmart with a pack of other unmentionable washis. They were kind of out there, so I didn't really want them for anything. So pick your one you're wanting to use up, and this is the perfect project. And it's not a hard project. I sometimes make it look hard, but it's not. So let me cap this real quick, because we're going to get in here and put our goodie in. That's the right side. We're going to thread it through this first string. And you may need your tweezers. I'm always using my tweezers. They're like my second hand, third hand, fourth hand. Okay, right like that. We're going to pull it through. I'm hoping you can see this pretty good. All right. I'm wondering if I should have refolded that, but it may be all right. I think it's going to do it for me. And I can do it while I'm right here, can't I? So you want to get in there and retrain your fold after you put that washi on it. There. So I know exactly where I need to be. Now pull it out, and then pull your tape. And if you feel like you need a little bit more, which I might do that, I know I gotta watch out. That's right. I cannot glue anywhere in here, but I can glue there. That's about the only place I can glue, because I don't want to hinder my pocket, because I'm going to have a big journal card in there. There we go. Now that is the gist of my idea. Now what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be putting this on the other side of it. So we're going to continue on. And I've got all these other pretty little decorations. Maybe I should put this over here where you can see me better. There, that's good. She had these beautiful background papers, Kim did, and I love this one. I love this blue. It went so perfect with the little scene underneath here. It's like they're out shopping. So that's the idea. My first section here is about hope, and it's the hope and the ability to reach desired goals. So I guess I kind of centered on, it was sort of a an item they may be hoping for the holidays. They're hoping to find the perfect gift for their loved one. They're hoping to get their presents before Christmas comes. I know that's usually one of my goals and hopes to get all that accomplished. Oh, so yeah, and Advent, it's a season of reflection and anticipation. So, you know, anticipation I can see, because, you know, you're always wondering what you're going to get. You're shaking your presents. All the little kids are excited. It's a great time of the year for, you know, anticipation and hope, that's for sure. So I'm bleeding over a little bit, so always try to remember to pick up your excess. I did ink a little bit on the outside edges with some ground espresso here, kind of like right there, so it hides the white. And you might want to go over it a little bit. You can not ink at all if you chose. It's up to you. Now what we're going to do, we're going to finish, before we finish decorating this, we're going to go in here and we're going to cut our seam. Can you see me? Yeah, okay. We're going to cut it right there along this edge, just the tiniest little bit. You don't need much. And that's going to help us have a pocket. Oh, there. Okay. And we have liftoff. Now what you're going to want to probably get in here and do a little bit of maintenance. You always have to with envelopes, because we don't want that hindering us from putting our card in. So we're going to glue that shut. Did I glue it? Yeah, got it all the way there. Now I got another one on the other side. And sometimes when you cut, like right there, it's wanting to come apart. So you want to make sure we keep the integrity of our envelope together. There we go. All right, now let's finish our other side here. And we have a pretty background, which is this, and then we have the pretty scene, which is the people shopping. So let's get that down. We sometimes don't get snow here, so that is another always, you know, excitement when we get a nice cleansing snow. I love that. And I must have gave my cousins a recipe book at one time because I had snow cream in it. Well, they're in Texas. They don't get snow very, very rarely, if at all. Well, they got it last year, and I had a snow cream recipe in there. And my one cousin, he had made it for his little boy. And he made it up, and his little boy just loved it. Snow cream. We used to make it all the time. Wasn't much you had to get the clean snow now. That was the key. The clean snow. You didn't want that other stuff. So you would take and, oops, I think I forgot to put that underneath there, but I can cut it. Yeah, you're supposed to take and get you a nice bowl full of snow, and you add vanilla and milk to it, and some sugar. You know, the sugar always got me. I love sugar. So, anyhow, that's some good stuff. But it melts fast. Ooh, and it gives you a head rush, too, if you eat it too fast. That's the other thing. You gotta watch. Give you a headache. Alright, and we're taking the other part of this down here. I just wanted to use a little bit of, you know, non-traditional. Going Tim Holtz. He got some good stuff in his stash, so I just wanted to add a little bit of interest to this as well, because this is sort of a watercolor wash. Can you see it? It's very pretty. You can just make out the buildings. You can just make out the people. But then that's about it. Now I have some snowflakes to go in here. I don't forget how I had all this. I think that went on there. Whoops, where'd it go? I had this here with this on each side. And then I had a snowflake or two up in here. And then I have this one, which I think I'm going to cut. Or I'm going to let it go off the page. That's probably what I'll do. Now, where did I have this? I probably had that across the bottom and I didn't pay attention. Let's see. You put it up here. And then I'll just lay that over top of it. And then we have, yeah, Silent Night Winter Lights. Okay, that looks good. Let's get her down. All right, I'm going to have to use, let me use my regular Barely Arts on this one. And then we'll get that down. Then everything else, I think I'm going to need the fabric tack. Because, all right, let me get this down. And I'm probably going to get in here and decorate the rest of my goodies for this section of Hope. And then I'll just do a flip through at the beginning of my next video here. Because, you know, some of us, we take forever to craft. And I'm one of them. I like to hit the pause button a lot just so I don't take up a lot of your time. And my videos are usually a half hour. So I try not to do anything too complicated. Sometimes I go over. But if I do, I make it good. I make it something you need to see. That's the way I work. Okay. I think that's good. We're going to go. And this has got a little snowflake in it. I got it, I think it was Hobby Lobby? Probably. I get a lot of my stuff at Hobby Lobby. Like interesting lace and ribbon and stuff. And I've never shopped at a shop. And I was so amazed at what I got from Lisa. I love it. Now, I try to incorporate a lot of her little goodies in here. And to enhance Kyung's pages. I think that's, yeah, that's the top. So, let's put a little glue on this. And she has a whole lot of different ribbons and laces in her shop. So I would definitely check that out. Oops. Okay, there's that one. I thought it added a little bit of a lacy, delicate look. So that's why I added this one. Okay. Get this one down below. Right there. And I have a little rag over here. It's already nasty, but sometimes when you daub with your rag, you get that excess fabric tack off that you don't want. You definitely don't want. All right, now for our snowflakes, and I'm going to have to use this since I used that ribbon up there, which that won't hurt a thing. I'll just go daubing again with my little rag. And be sure to check out some of the other ladies. There's 14 of us collaborators, so be sure to check out all the channels down below and see if you see somebody else's project that speaks to you, because we're all trying to give you ideas for Christmas. We're all wanting you to get inspiration, or just I can use regular glue on that one, or just just to watch us, to get into the mood. I mean, I'm not sure who started Christmas in July. I remember being in Walmart in the fabric department, and yeah, we had it. We had Christmas in July, and I'm like, what is that? But I'll tell you, all these ladies and men that do the craft shows, oh, they were all over that stuff. I'll tell you, it's a very popular thing. All right, let me get in here somewhere so I can. This one I'm not going to be touching any of that tape or nothing. So, but this is a detailed one. It takes a lot of gluing. That's the fiddly part of a lot of these things. The glue. Oops, I bent that one a little bit. He's not going to be happy with me. I remember going out. Mom would always take us out Christmas shopping, and we would have to get our pictures with Santa. My next video, I'm going to have to find one of my favorite photos with Santa and let you see it. I think I was 4. He was a kindly looking Santa too, but he had one of those, the fakest beards you ever seen. It was pretty fake. All right, let me snip this little piece off, and we'll see what we've got. All right. Now, this is my first page. Let's see. Does it look like it's going to go? Yep. It actually blends in with that little piece of material I put there. And then we have this, and you can get in here with you a little bit of ink if you wanted to. I don't think I'm going to worry about it. But I may, and I put that snowflake there, but I don't think it matters. Hang on. Okay, I got my 1.5 inch punch. And what I like to do is I will like to go in here and punch all the way through. I don't do just one side. When I go all the way through, I've got that little bit of the card that sticks out. Oh, I didn't like to go through that netting, I think. But yeah, it makes it so much easier. And I got to get in here and snip that little bit off, and I'll be doing good. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to put my journal card in here, and I'll be able to just get a hold of it right here. You don't have to put a tab or nothing on it. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this and got a few ideas and saw how I made this. Well, that pink goes with that pink strawberry there. But anyhow, I really appreciate you coming to check this out and see what I'm doing. And I'll have a few more pages done by the next time we get together. And thank you so much. Everybody have a great day.